Hi, Samantha Freedman, Formgrids Media. I'm here today with Mark Tarry for his next edition of Bloodlines. Hi, Mark.
How are you doing, Sam?
I'm fine, thank you. Mark, today we're talking about philanthropist.
Yes.
First of all, we can talk about his race record. You can see here 6 wins, 5 places out of 14 starts. So a pretty consistent racehorse.
Yeah, he was a good racehorse. But I think it's not his race record that makes him so attractive to us and so exciting for us. He's already stood at stud in Canada, and he's done things that have made me excited that he could be a special stallion.
Mark, you mentioned that he was in Canada. What made you so excited about him?
In Canada, in his first crop, he produced some horses of exceptional caliber that make me believe that he could be anything as a stallion. He had a horse called Phil's Dream, who was a very exciting racehorse, who was a champion sprinter in Canada. And then in the same year, he had a horse called Pender Harbour, who was the champion 3-year-old in Canada. He had another horse who was beaten by these two, so would have probably been the 3rd best horse in Canada. So in that year, he looked pretty dominant as a stallion.
Mark, out of a mare called Hidden Reserve, but the sire, Chris S. Let's talk more about him.
Okay, Chris S. is an influence for stamina, classic stamina. In other words, horses that go from 1600 to 2000 meters, and over a variety of race courses. And he also produces horses that generally get better with age. So they're good at 3 and they get better from there. So in terms of what we can expect from philanthropist, because Chris S is his sire, we wouldn't be expecting 2-year-olds. So we would expect philanthropists to produce horses that excel in distances from a mile to 2000 meters, and they get better with age.
Mark, I know especially you want to talk about the female line. I know there's some very significant influence in the female line.
Yes, let's start with the first dam, okay? She has been a good broodmare, Hidden Reserve. She was a good race filly herself, but she has not managed to produce the level of class that we know this family is capable of doing. I believe the elements are there, and we just need to find what is necessary to highlight those elements and to produce champions. At this point, she's produced Philanthropist, she's produced Defer, she produced a hard-spun horse called Reload, and one of her daughters has produced a horse called Danzig Moon. So there's just feature horse after feature horse after feature horse, but we want grade 1 class.
And the part that you're most excited about is the second dam, Pure Profit.
Okay, it's not often that you'll find a broodmare that's had such huge success with 2 daughters. If you look at this pedigree, you look at inside information, champion filly, winner of 6 Group 1s. She produced a daughter called Smuggler, who was a champion filly. Inside information had a sister called Educated Risk, who was a champion filly. There are other good horses in this pedigree, but we notice that this family has the ability to produce champions, and that's what excites me the most about this family.
And moving on to the third dam, Clear Ceiling.
Okay. Clear Ceiling also has the distinction of having produced an English Classic winner in Quick as Lightning. She won the English 1000 Guineas, which is the mile 3-year-old championship race. And the mare Clear Ceiling produced a number of good horses. She also had daughters who, through their daughters, produced a horse called Hot Cha-Cha, who was a Group 1 winning filly in America, and Kona Gold, who was a champion sprinter in America. So this family has done well all the way through, as we can see. And it keeps producing group horse after group horse after group horse. It's a high quality and high quantity producing family. Bold Consort had a son called Quick Turnover, who also had an impact on the breed in South Africa. It's important for us to know this, because if there are daughters that have Quick Turnover blood in them, or mares in South Africa that have Quick Turnover blood, those mares would be significant as mates for philanthropist.
Mark, thank you for your insight into philanthropist's pedigree. But let's move on to his current runners.
Yes, looking at his runners currently, I think there's a lot of hope and a lot of confidence that they're going to go on and be everything they were designed to be. Like we said, Chris S. speaks about 3-year-old plus and distance, a mile plus. We looked at his female line, and his female line currently is talking about classic horses. So without going back all the way to Grey Flight, we see a pedigree that's starting to take shape, and his runners in Canada, his best performers were all 3-year-olds that went on and improved. So we're looking for this to happen in South Africa. We're looking for philanthropists to become a stallion that'll have a real impact on the breed in South Africa. And it's a question of just relying on these few 2-year-olds that have been exposed up to now to go on and do what they've got to do. But we're going to see plenty that come out at 3 and make their mark.
Well, that's all from us from Formgrids Media. I'm Samantha Freedman, and thanks again to Mark Tarry.
Ciao for now.
Bye.